Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about Fool's Paradise. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. The cast here is quite good, actually. There's a lot of big names here. Head up by the guy running the whole thing, Charlie Day, who most of you definitely know from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but that's like TV. But like in the movie world, he's done quite a few things. I mean, he was in Horrible Bosses, the Pacific Rim movies as like a scientist, which he was like one of the scientists of that movie, and I thought that was such a weird casting decision, but whatever. So he was like in those. He voiced the spaceman Benny in the Lego movies. Trying to see what else. Horrible Boss. Ugh. We'll mention those later. And recently, he voiced Luigi in the Super Mario Brothers movie. You know, the biggest movie of 2023. That thing, yeah, yeah. I remember like when he was announced as the voice of Luigi, people were like, you know what? That works. It was the polar opposite for Chris Pratt. People were just like, Chris Pratt Mario, ew. Well, like Charlie Day Luigi, everybody was fine with that. Yeah, Charlie Day is definitely a very recognizable face and voice. So both. Not only that, he has a bunch of people with him, like a lot of people. There's a lot of people to talk about. I mean, we got Ken Jong, who's been in a stupid amount of movies, mainly as supporting roles, but still a lot of stuff. He's extremely recognizable. I mean, it's just God. It's a long list. I mean, most people definitely recognized him from the Hangover movies, where he played like Chow, like this insane guy in those movies. That was like his main claim to fame, like those movies. Yeah, mostly it's just like supporting roles here, and but yeah, like the most like significant supporting role he's been in is the Hangover movies easily. So yeah, he's a very recognizable face. Um, who else we got? Kate Beckinsale. Was she in the Underworld movies? Yes, she was in the Underworld movies. But not just those. There's also Pearl Harbor, the really shitty Michael Bay movie that tried so hard to be Titanic but failed miserably. That movie, yeah, she was in that. Ugh. She was also in the Underworld movies that went on like arguably way too long, but they made money, so it's fine. And I'm pretty sure they have like a cult following too. Van Helsing, The Aviator. I didn't even know she was in that movie. I know Leonardo DiCaprio was in that movie, but I didn't know about anybody else. That did fine. Click. She was Adam Sandler's wife in that movie, I believe. Yeah, yeah, that was a hit. Uh, Not much after that. I guess there's Contraband, and which was a hit, minor hit, but Total Recall. Jesus Christ, let's ignore that one. Um, and not much else after that. Yeah, so I'd say she's a somewhat recognizable face. Yeah, Adrian Brody, he's next. He's been quite a bit of stuff. Like he was everywhere in the early 2000s. Like seriously. um yeah, The Pianist, where he won the best actor Oscar for that movie. So that was like his first big thing of his mainstream exposure. Then it was in The Village, and then the King Kong remake with Peter Jackson, and then things just fell off from there. Um, Apparently he voiced in Fantastic Mr. Fox, a movie that deserved so much more than what it got. Uh, that depresses me a little bit, but now it's being seen as a classic, so yay. Yay, society, you did it. It's also in Predators, Midnight in Paris, Grand Budapest Hotel. French Dispatch, Asteroid City. He's been in some Wes Anderson movies if you haven't already noticed. I guess there's Blonde and Ghost, but those are streaming movies, so I'm not counting those. But yeah, he's a recognizable face, even though his career's definitely seen better days. Jason Sudeikis, he's been in a lot of stuff. He's super recognizable. I mean, he was mainly like a supporting actor originally, but then he started getting more bigger roles, and up to like 2011 with Hall Pass, and what do you know, Horrible Bosses with Charlie Day. It was like, I guess the campaign too. I guess Epic, that was a role. Oh, movie 43. We're just ignoring that one. Where the Millers was a huge hit in 2013. That did really well for itself. After that, it got kind of like real after that. Now, not counting Angry Birds, voiceover roles. Um, yeah, not much after that. I know he's done Ted Lasso on his Apple TV Plus, I think, which is probably like the one show anyone watches on Apple TV Plus. So I mean, there's that. So yeah, Jason Sudeikis. Who is this Eddie Falco? Who is this? Would I recognize this guy? I don't think I would. Not seeing anything. No, no. The only movie I recognize is Avatar: The Way of Water. I don't know what he looked like in that, so I don't even have a picture, so I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. Maybe this will show him. Maybe is he one of the guys here? He has to be. I don't see him. I don't see him at all. No, I don't see him. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that much. All right, who else we got? Jason Bateman. I got Horrible Bosses. The Horrible Bosses trio has come back. So yeah, Jason Bateman. He's been in a lot of movies, a lot of big movies too. I mean, apparently he replaced like Michael J. Fox in the Teen Wolf movies that nobody remembers or nobody wants to remember. Um, then he started getting more exposure with movies like, I guess, Starsky and Hutch, but definitely Dodgeball, a true underdog story. Let's see, The Breakup. Let's see, Smoking Aces, Juno. That was a big one. Hancock was a huge one. That apparently he played himself in Tropic Thunder. Couples Retreat was a hit. Up in the Air was a hit. The Switch was a modest hit. Paul was a modest hit. Horrible Bosses, big hit. Identity Thief, big hit. So things were going great until they stopped being great, and his career kind of took a turn for the worst, kind of, at least box office wise. I mean, he voiced Nick Wilde in Zootopia, and Nick Wilde is one of my favorite Disney characters, honestly. So he's got that going for him. He was recently in Air, which didn't do that hot, so it's kind of a shame. But yeah, but Game Night did well. I mean, there's that. I mean, he also has like his Netflix show got Ozark, yeah, on Netflix. He had that, which was a big deal. So yeah. Who else? Common. He's been in a lot of movies. Try to the Smoking Aces. There's several Smoking Aces actors in here. One of them is Jason Bateman. Really weird. He was an American Gang. I didn't even know that. He was kind of like a, yeah. Common is more like a supporting role for a lot of these. Just Right was more of a main role, but that didn't do that great. Um, let's see what else. This odd Life of Timothy Green. Does anyone remember that movie? I only remember that movie because I never watched the movie. I watched like a Nostalgia Critic review of that. That's all the exposure I got from that movie was that video. So yeah. There's Now You See Me, Selma, Run All Night, Barbershop Next Cut, the Suicide was he was in Suicide Squad? Really? I He was? Wow. I didn't even know that. Um John Wick 2. Let's see. Smallfoot. Oh, yes, Smallfoot. The movie with Zendaya as Michi. That weird meme that happened for some reason. A movie that I can tell you a certain portion of the internet really enjoys for reasons I don't want to explain. I'm pretty sure you can guess. So let's move on from that. And not much after that, honestly. But he's still a recognizable face, definitely. Um, let's see. Ray Liotta, rest in peace. This is like one of his. I believe this was like after Cocaine Bear. Like I know in Cocaine Bear, they kind of played it up like this was like his last big performance, but I guess there was also Fool's Paradise. But Cocaine Bear was a much bigger movie, so they gotta emphasize that was his last movie, his last main movie. But yeah, Ray Liotta, he had a bunch of hits, mainly like going through all these. Let's see. I see Field of Dreams, Goodfellas, uh trying to see Hannibal. Let's see, John Q, Identity, Smoking Aces, another Smoking Aces actor. Look at that. Let's see, Wild Hogs. Oh yeah, he voiced himself in B movie. That was so weird. He looked nothing like himself. Despite voicing himself. I guess that was a fictionalized version of himself. Where he had like his own honey line. It was B movie. That movie. Where do I start with that? Let's not talk about it. Let's see what else we got. Observe and Report. I guess there's Date Night. Charlie St. Cloud. Blah 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 blah. Trying to see what else is there. Muppets Most Wanted, I guess. Um, Not much after that before his tragic death, and then recently Cocaine Bear. So yeah, is that it? Are we done? Oh, we got one more, I think. Yeah, one more. John Malkovich. Okay, this guy's been in a lot of stuff, a lot of notable stuff. Really, I mean, let's go like the stuff I recognize immediately. I guess there's In the Line of Fire for some people. I don't know much about that movie. I know Con Air. That was a big hit for like 1997. Being John Malkovich, I mean, it literally starred him. So it was literally all about him. Even though the movie didn't do great, it's probably the most famous movie he's been in, really. The most, you know, recognizable because, again, his name's in the title. What else do we got? Adaptation, Johnny English, Aragon. Oh God, no. let's not ignore that one. A Beowulf. Yeah, Beowulf. God, that movie was weird. um, Burn After Reading. That's a movie I need to watch eventually because I've heard really good things about it. So yeah. Let's see. There's Red. There's Transformers: Dark of the Moon. So there's that. Uh, Penguins in Madagascar. He did voice in that. That's a movie I probably need to watch too because from the clips I've seen, that movie looks fucking insane. I should probably watch it. Uh, but yeah, not a whole lot after that. So yeah. So pretty much the whole cast here, the drawing from like a drawing power perspective, it's not great, but you put them all together, it makes an appealing package. So I label all of them as a pro. So there's that. Trying to think. So that was the first pro. Second pro, that's really it. I think that's it. That's the only pro I have. Okay, cons. This will be so much easier. Reviews are really terrible, which is kind of shocking considering this is Charlie Day. A lot of people like Charlie Day, and man, the reviews are just abysmal. Like 17% critic score, 40% audience score. Jesus Christ. I don't know what went wrong here, but yeah, reviews are toxic. Word of mouth is toxic, so con. Easy con right there. Another con is that of all the movies coming out this weekend, this has like the least amount of publicity besides Rally Road Racers. It's a sad weekend, it really is. I mean, if you're gonna go to the movies, you're gonna be watching Guardians of the Galaxy or maybe Mario again. If you're not going to the movies, you're playing Tears of the Kingdom. That's how it is. You are not going to the movies to watch this. That's just not gonna happen. So yeah, dealing with Guardians 3, and not to mention all the blockbuster competition coming out after this, Fast X, Little Mermaid, Spider Verse, all that and more. Yeah, this movie's not gonna have a long life, so all that's a con. Um, Publicity wise, this is nothing. I haven't seen anyone talk about this movie. It's just beyond dead publicity wise, so that's an easy con. Um, I guess the fact that it's only in like 700 something theaters, I think so. That's a con, definitely. And also, this is from Roadside Attractions. They haven't released like any notable movies in the last few years. I mean, they've had a few hits, but not a whole lot of hits. I mean, this year, what do they have? Moving On, wow. Somewhere in Queens, both just did absolutely abysmal, and I can't imagine this is gonna do that much better. So, yeah, Roadside Attractions con. Um, I think that's it. So opening weekend, less than 1 million guaranteed. No shot of $1 million. I'm gonna say 500,000 to 1 million, and then it's total less than 2 million, and then that's it. So yeah, two more to go. Ugh, this weekend is such a drag. It's unbelievable. Got Hypnotic and Rally Road Racers, and that'll be it. So yeah. So stay tuned for those. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? Got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos I made this year or any other years. You want to watch any of those, go right ahead. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. I, I know I never covered this. I mean, I could check, and I will check. Hold on. Fools. No, never talked about it. Okay. I made I made 189 episodes of Canceled, so if you want to watch any of those episodes from beginning to now, I highly encourage you to do that, so go do it. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. Just did April recap like 2 days ago. So, want to watch that video or any other recaps I've done, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.